Good morning, good morning, good morning. Grand Rising. Bonjour. Buenos dias. Aloha. Get your ass up. And again, here I go doing my pet peeve that I told y'all about. Why? Why must people make noise when they sip stuff? That's kind of crazy. But like I said, good morning. It is a morning, and it's good because we here. Morning, morning. Let me see what we got going on today. Ha! Check this out, y'all. I don't know about that. Yo, you know when you buy. This goes to the shopaholics. This ain't the question for everybody, but this for the shopaholics. Morning, X. You know when you buy stuff and you be afraid to put it on because every time you put it on, it be like some bull. I'm one of those. Again, the rainbow shop. That's one of my favorites. The rainbow will get you through in a clutch. I don't care what nobody say. These is cute though. It's just that you can't keep them in too long before you catch gangrene. A lot of times you be putting stuff on and you think you cute. Told y'all about them stank earrings. You couldn't tell me nothing. I was cute. I was cute. Good morning, good morning. I was cute, sun rays, and my earrings was stink. Somebody wrote me and was like, what is stink earrings? It just meant that I had them a long time. And like I say, when you buy certain things, just careful. Hold on. Yeah.
That looks beautiful. It's gorgeous. You should smell it.
Okay, I'm sure y'all don't want to see all of that this morning. Okay, let me tell you about today. On today, what I wanted to talk about. So, a lot of the times, there's that saying, right? There's a saying, why did I? See, cause you there, you bang, that was your, you know how like, what that lady name used to go, think, and she would do the nose, that's why, that was your call. That's, you know, like that bat symbol, that was your call. Oh, that's so, yeah, that's it. And she said, shopper, ooh. So, like I said, today's topic is interesting. Unfortunately, we're not going to have a lot of time to talk about it. Yes, that's it. Yeah, that's it. Her and the genie lady. What did she what did she do? She blinked her eyes. Ooh, let me find out Genie was the first one with the hottie eyes. All life on Earth is dependent on the simple molecule we call water. So on today, I wanted to talk this. For bathing and drinking. The enemy of my enemy is not my friend. Circumstances. How do you know that the person that you getting ready to dislike is not the person in the right? And that other person, you understand what I'm saying? Oh, she nodded her head in that ponytail. Okay, well, I don't keep that long, so that's not going to work. I'm trying to think. Somebody did the... Ding. Right, that's right. Okay, right. Where I be at. Okay, so wait, let's go back to yesterday, and then I'm going to go back to today's topic. Remember I told y'all, I rename people and I kill them off. So it wasn't the gene I was thinking about. My sister had to check me on that. She said, sweetie, you didn't. Yeah, that's the wrong gene. I said, oh shit. Long as I wasn't talking about Billie Jean, so yeah, but Gene Hackman. I know the difference now. Yeah, look, I know the difference now. Not Willy Wonka, the other one. Yeah, I wound that out. But that's neither here nor there. So I'm going to go back. On today, like I said, This is a hard topic, but we're not gonna have a lot of time today. But I want y'all to mull it over though. So again, the enemy of my enemy is not my friend. A lot of people, oh wait, hold on, sorry. Because you know you got that good. Dang, how about that? So the enemy of my enemy, yeah, is not my friend. Okay? Because if in the event something happened between two people, the person that you thinking might be, oh yeah, we don't like them. You don't know what the we reason why they don't get along. Most of the times people don't even try to find out why the people don't get along. It's just somebody to join the bandwagon. Is that wild or what? P.S. y'all, I'm doing so much renovations, right? And cleaning up. I'm so proud of myself. It's a wreck in here though. But anyway, going back. Yeah. The enemy of my enemy is not my friend. Okay? I might not like a person, right? And I don't like them because they stole from me. That's going to be your new best friend? Really? That person just slept with my man. That's going to be your new best friend? It makes sense in some circumstances, right? If we at war, that's different. Because everybody, I guess, trying to annihilate you. But guess what? In the end, if everybody trying to get that one spot for that top spot, guess who's next? Guess who next? Guess who everybody turning on? Guess who gonna be the next Benedict Arnold? Turncoat. Guess who gonna be the next enemy? So when people talk that the enemy of my enemy is my friend, no it ain't. No it ain't. I don't even know you. I don't even know you. And if we do become friends, it's not going to be on the merit that we don't like this one. We're not going to do that. That's a trauma bond. And sometimes trauma bonds are good, but sometimes trauma bonds have become traumatic. Every time I hear that, it kind of like scrapes me. You know, like the chalkboard, that don't bother me. People that think this here, that never bothered me. But certain things that bother me, like I said, to me don't make sense. In the case where, like I say, you do something, the person does something foul to somebody else. They're not friends. But because you don't like that somebody else, do you like the people's eyebrow? I need to get my eyebrows done. But I got the people's eyebrow today because I'm on my rock today. But how is it that I'm going to be your friend and you out here doing wild, and because you don't like them, it's okay? That's the most stupidest. I never understood that. What made y'all not friends? What made y'all not friends? And a lot of people going, I just don't like her. Why? The person probably never did nothing to you. It might be something in them that you don't have in you that you're mad. So just let the person go ahead and live. Remember I told y'all the other day, either live and let live or live and let die. Yeah, you can't be wild. How you live your life miserably? I told you there's times I'll be mad at people and then all of a sudden see them again and you be like, hi, and you forget. Like I say, most of the times if it's something stupid, you done forgot what you mad about. And then you try to, soothe it over. Ooh. You try to soothe it over. Then what happens? The co-host is a little upset, y'all, because everything is kind of around here. And he don't have a place to really be. So, he's being very weird. Oh, there he goes. As soon as I say weird, here you come. Shopaholic, weirdo. Let me see. Come here. What is this? And he went to the groomer yesterday, y'all. He went and got a bath And he got his old lady nails cut, and he got they be giving him a bandana. Usually, so let me tell you something about these, I'm gonna fight you. Let me tell you something about these bandanas that they be giving them. He could be a blood sometimes, or he could be a Crip sometimes. And I'm saying this in jest because I'm not nothing. Look, I'm not nothing. I'm a me. What crew you belong to? The Songs. I belong to the Sun Rays. And there's a team called them, but not them. Look, no, not them. I don't think they even a good. I don't know whether they a good team or not. Don't do that. Look, don't do that. I don't want to be responsible for nobody winning or losing. Yeah. But like I said, the enemy. Do we match? Nah, this orange. Yeah. This one here. Okay, so anytime that I take him to go get, now this is the crazy thing too. Anytime he gotta go to the place there, I gotta put a muzzle on, dude. Right? You gotta get a muzzle. That makes sense. That's how I told y'all. He one of them TV personalities, like some of these celebrities out here that on TV, they just the friendliest and high and everybody and what's up and hey and all that on the TV, and then you see them in person. We're going to talk about that too, because there's so many celebrities out there, y'all stink. I mean stink. I can't wait till I get where I want to be, because I'm going to be embrace everybody. That's what you're supposed to do. They're your fans. That's what they out there for. You heard what Chubb Rock said. You'd be has-beens and half-naked. They're looking half naked. I hope that's what he said, because I can't hear. Yeah, we have to put the muzzle on him anytime and then the people want to take him to the dog park. Yeah, this one, you can take him to what dog park? They'll be done called the cops on you. You be at the precinct. You be at the precinct. Okay, stank. Right, they the stank. Yes! They just... Yeah! Sips coffee. Thank you, PPT. Yeah, just like the you so stupid. That boy said, what stank earrings? After a person asks you stuff like that, sometimes you just be like, yeah, our interaction's going to be cut short, because why would you? Anyway, so again, the enemy of your enemy might not be your friend. That's the point of this today. Right? That saying to me bugs me. I can't say a pet peeve, but it just bugs me, right? Because like I said, if me and you ain't cool, right? And then somebody else decides to jump on that, oh, I don't like her either. What do y'all have in common besides y'all don't like me? That's dumb. And then, what is the legitimate reason that you don't like her? What's the legitimate reason? Did she do something to you? Do you know her? Now, let's back up. Because my grandmother told me there's just people that's just not going to like you. And they don't have to. People don't, oh, right, yes. By association, people don't like you because they don't have to. That's true. But I tell you what, you get on me if you want to, because you will all be embarrassed. But then again, it doesn't matter, because like I say, I'm not. I surprise myself sometimes with some of the things that I do. So as far as, yeah, this right here, yeah, I'll have the whole room hating me, and there'd be people that be thinking, oh my gosh, she's the nicest person. Yeah, because sometimes, like TT usually say, they play your kindness for weakness, especially when you're a nice person and you constantly be nice to people. Sometimes after a person realizes that you caught on to them trying to use you, or you caught on to them playing, putting quarters. I don't need your quarters. I told y'all that the other day. Nobody needs somebody else's quarters. Nobody. I don't want nobody quarters. Ever. I play myself. I don't want you playing me. I constantly play myself. I don't want you playing me. And if you feel the need to do so, let me know you're ready to play the game. So this way I'll resign. I'll give you your quarterback. You don't even have to worry about it. A quarter is nothing. It's everything else that's going to come behind you taking that shit out of me. Playing me. Right? So that quarter is nothing. It's everything else you getting from there. Just let me know in the beginning, please. Yeah. It's one of the best things to do. Let a person know in the beginning. Because boy, if it come to a point where a person you gotta wait till the end and find out somebody. Look. That's like a person paying for this. Okay, perfect example. Martin Lawrence. The Martin Show. They pay for that beautiful vacation. And then they get there and they fighting critters on the ground. You pay for that. You got all of that going on. You got this beautiful thing and go ahead if you want to. You'll be mad. Yeah. Everything ain't always yeah. That's the whole thing. I can paint this picture, right? Some people colorblind, so they don't see what I put out here. That ain't no damn puppy, right, girl? Girl, can I ask a question? Did they even, what the hell, like a wombat or something? I mean, I know it wasn't real, but golly, back in the days, my best friend and her boyfriend broke up and she told us we couldn't like him anymore, but she forgot to tell us. Then we're good. See, and we walking around angry for. That happens too. That happens too. Yeah. How about sometimes people do that because they don't want you talking to the person because they don't want you taking the person's attention? How about sometimes that can be a farce, right? That's some shit that they just doing to make you think that it's one thing and it's something else. Look at that. That was almost like them, I'm an idiot. This was like what it used to look like when you go to 42nd Street back in the days and be trying to look in them little things. You be looking. Yo, those was quarters. That's the funniest shit. Song time. Wait, let me see. Yes. Song time. Can I tell y'all as kids, like we had like fun. Like, we had fun. We did shit like, it'd be a group of us, and we would go to 42nd Street, and we ain't old enough, we wasn't old enough, but it'd be too many of us. How they gonna turn down all the quarters, right? We would go to the places and just go into the little booths, right? They had booths with these little things, I don't even know what you call them, it was wild, right? You put your quarter in, and then it starts showing the movie. But then it show you 5 seconds of one movie and then go to another one. But if it was something that you was really interested in, it was almost like it was a projector. So it would go from one thing all the way around the room. So I don't know how to describe it, but each one had like different scenes. So if you want to continue watching this one, you had to hop to the next one. And if you wanted to watch the next scene, you had to hop to the next. When I tell y'all, I mean, again, it was just fun. Yeah, peep shows. But it was so fun. And again, I told you I wanted to be a nun. So to actually, the people. It used to be crazy. But it was fun to me. It was a joke. Like a lot of these things, even though I wanted to be Sister Sonia, a lot of that stuff was funny to me till I got older and realized, no, it's not a joke. The people really out here. Dogs, horses, whatever. Yeah, they just... So, going back, I digress. I don't know what brought me to, this was what brought me to that, but that was wild. Anyway, so going back, like I say, the enemy of your enemy is not your friend, people. The enemy of your enemy might just be still your enemy as well. Or They wanted to go around. Absolutely. Amanda, that was one of my dream jobs, baby. I was going to be a nun. Honestly, that's word to everything. And anybody that know me on here, put up a heart sign if you know that was going to be me. I was going to be Sister Sledge. Well, not Sister Sledge, but I was going to be, what? I would have been the illest nun. I would have been the illest nun. Yeah, I was. For real. That was, nun and cashier. Dream jobs. Sister PPT, could you imagine? They'd have been like, oh my Lord. Yeah, I'd have gathered all the kids. I'd have had all the kids together. Then I had my own. You can't really be nobody's nun. Yeah. You can't really. You could be a sister, but you can't be a nun. I think there's a difference. There's an order. Yeah, I didn't. I was going to be somebody's nun. Trust me. Yeah. This also kept me from being somebody's nun, too. I stopped damning people to hell in... I stopped damning people to hell, I'm going to say about 95, 96. I was having that conversation the other day. I think it's about 95, 96. I stopped telling people they was going to hell. Yeah. At that point, I had to realize a lot of things about myself. I'm probably going to be one of the ones in the front seat or the the tour guide. Yeah, on that bus. So, I'm going to go back. The enemy of our enemy, a lot of times, is not our friend. You don't know what those circumstances are. And although I understand we had this conversation before going back, everybody's not going to like you. And like she said, it could be by association. Okay, could you imagine me in somebody's school telling these talking to these people? Sips coffee. Could you imagine that? Could you imagine that? I don't be playing with the people. I love everybody. Trust me. I even like people who don't like me. How weird is that? There's things about people who don't like me that I could be like, oh, they have such a beautiful smile, or they're this or they're that. I can pick out people that don't like me. I can pick out your positive attributes. Whereas in a person that don't like you could just focus on not liking you, which is stupid. You got to get some of that out. Get some of that out your heart. That's why I say I'm a loving person. In my family, I'm not saying that we killers or nothing, but there's a lot of them in my family that ain't, as my mother say, do your elevator go to the top floor? We'll talk about that some other time. So some of my relatives, they elevator don't go to the top floor. Some of my relatives don't even have elevators. Right? So this is the point that I'm making. The enemy of your enemy is not your friend. Shut up. Excuse me. Hey, shut up. Shut up. Everybody would be sparkling, though. Don't do that. Everybody would be sparkling, though. Everybody has some kind of sequin. Even the men's. You'd have something sparkling. Glitter. It'd be something. You'd be out here like Gladys Knights and the Pips. Yeah, and that's crazy. And then, and this is my thing. You and that person y'all would have probably rocked out, been the coolest shit. But but guess what, Lisa? That's their loss. That's what I say to people. You don't like me because of somebody else. That's your loss, boo. I'm good. I'm good, because guess what? When you see me around all them other people that ain't a follower like you, and I understand a lot of people too have that loyalty. If you my friend, you can't be the friend of the person that don't like me, and this and this and it with my 5411s. Correct. Yup. And on the bad days, some nice tunes. But you'll have people that'll tell you, because I don't like her, I don't want you to be her friend, don't hang around her, don't this. Now, I get it. That loyalty means a lot. Because a lot of people will be like, oh yeah, I don't understand how that's supposed to be your friend and you can't and you ain't. Bartholomew, give me this. You can and you ain't, and you couldn't be my friend and that couldn't be my friend being somebody else's friend. Listen, grow up. Grow up. It's just that you and that person are not going to get along. That's it. So they're not supposed to have other friends because of you. They're not supposed to be around other people because of you. How about y'all probably have friends in your circle that you don't like, but y'all still hanging around each other. Bet you don't tell them don't hang around each other. Stop with the foolishness. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. Grow up. Follow your own. Remember your own beat, your own drum. Get that. Don't be on somebody else's, because sometimes that echo is not really the beat. Did you hear what I said? That echo ain't the beat. Again, that's like I said. You not that person friend, or you don't like that person, but that's the one stealing. And you gonna be the... you mad at this one. You get what I'm saying? Or maybe I said that wrong. You being friends with the thief as opposed to the person that they stole from, because you figuring, we got a team. And don't know that you get ready to be on the team of played. Quarters. You crazy. I had a confrontation with someone. Okay, right. We did that already. Look, girl. So let me see. Boo, I was like, do you know who I am? And why don't you like me? She was like, oh, it's probably by associate. You see, look. I just think... Did she just go strong? Because I just think... I think that's crazy. Absolutely nuts. Now, excuse me, sometimes you after you become that, now the thing is too, they might not be friends, but it might be the person that you not liking that severed the relationship, and not this one. Either way, it's still not good. First of all, how about this? If you're my enemy, excuse me, and I know it, I watch your surroundings too. That's just like watching my six. Ooh. If you my enemy, I'm watching your surroundings too. So I'll know who I'm not messing with. Whether y'all speak or don't speak, I know who I'm not messing with. Oh, what? Amanda. Now, we know this. And a lot of times in that good place, it would be, that place was foolishness. That was almost like Peyton place. So that caused a lot of confusion too. It was like 10-1 or 10-2, whatever. It was a lot. It's a lot of them, but it's more of us. Yeah. So that place was wild. That's another thing. Even in that workplace, woo, the workplace was an extension. That's what I used to say. The workplace is 13th grade, not college, not college. The 13th grade. That's work. Yeah, that's work. Because as soon as you get to that workplace, excuse me, trust me, you got them super seniors. That's them ones in there that been there for a long time, and they all that. They come to work looking like, Then you got the, you got your clicks. Then you got your teachers and the principals. That's the ill management. Yeah, it is an extension. Yeah, wait, the super seniors. Yeah, you heard what I said. Them ones that been there for a long time, and don't let it be the ones that think that they getting ready to be the prom queen. Like prom queens too. I'm gonna let y'all chew on that. I'm not even gonna go no further. A lot of prom queens be at jobs. You got the dress to come to work. It's never that serious on the phone. It's you cute. Definitely cute. But you don't have to get all. I'ma stop. Going backwards. Like I said. Ladies and gentlemen, today's topic. The enemy of your enemy is not your friend. Let's not get that twisted. Now again, you might meet them in a different circumstance. Now, how about this? You might meet them in a different circumstance, and y'all could be the bestest. Girl. Because there's always that one. There's always that one. There's always, in every office, there's always that one. Maybe two. Messed up the glasses. Maybe two. But there's always that one in the office. Yeah. So, again, the enemy of your enemy is not always your friend because you never know what they're not friends for. You don't know that. And then by the time you find out, you might be the next one that's the enemy. Never let people drag you into their stuff, right? Because a lot of the times that's what that is. If I can get a bigger force, somebody had me watching that. I'm not, certain things I don't watch, and it's not because I'm against it. It's not because, it just doesn't have any interest in me, right? But if I'm there watching it with you, I'm watching it with you. So I was with somebody recently watching the Game of Thrones. I'm not a Game of Thrones person, right? But it seemed like this army, we mad at them. They our enemy, so let's just get together and annihilate them. Okay, they did that. Now, like I said, somebody's still going to fight for that power. Right? It's not going to be a case where me and you just had an argument. Me and you just had a fight. We beat, somebody else came in. They joined with me. We beat you. But there's still somebody got to take your place. The person that we whoop, somebody got to take their place. Now me and you get ready to be enemies. Because one of us got to fight for that spot. Or, how about the person that was underneath the person that we whooped, they stepping up. So either way, we still fighting. It's going to be a constant fight unless that person rescinds. And like I said, now we back at it. Because one of us getting ready to get this place, so we extend ourselves. Either way, it's just crazy. And like I said, I understand loyalty. Trust me, I understand loyalty. But there's a thin line. That's when we ain't sang that song in a long time, family. It's a thin line. A thin line. You can have somebody that you hate and can't stand, and they'll do something nice for somebody that you know. That still doesn't make it that you are going to like the person, but you can't be mad at that your friend for being nice to somebody that was nice to them. I think that's wicked when people do that. I don't care what they do. That's not right. Don't mess with them. Meanwhile, the person helped you. The person helped you. Don't do that. Let's not do that. Like I said, let's grow up. I'm going to like you or dislike you for you. I'm not going to like you or dislike you for your association. Now, if you treat me away, then we're going to have to approach it differently. Then it's going to be a difference. But outside of that, like I say, I'm cool in the gang. I'm all of them. Like, you name the band, that's me. I'm all in together now. I'm everything. Shooby-dooby-doop, shooby-dooby, baby. Yes, I am one of those. I've always been. Bring it in, hug, love. I've never been one of those type of people that's never, unless you push me. Like we said the other day, I ain't no killer. Now my grandson, now I don't have a grandson. This is part of the movie. Yeah, but outside of that, the enemy of your enemy people, a lot of times might not be your friend. And be careful with that. You're being used. Played. And remember, we talked about them quarters. I am going to be the only one putting my quarters in. And y'all should be, again, let's play ourselves. Don't have people playing you. I play myself much more than people play me, though. I'm going to say that. I play myself much more than people play me because I put myself in positions where I am. Again, since regardless to what I've been through in my life, I've always been the type of person where I'm not going to let my past experience or my experiences guide me. You understand? I can't. You can't. Someone told me that about they said you can't be mad that we're still friends even though y'all didn't. Okay. I was like, you became friends because of me, but okay. Okay. Now, Lisa, I'm glad you brought that up because I have something about that too. I have something about. I wouldn't feel a way about that. Personally, I wouldn't feel a way about that. At all. I wouldn't. You know why? Because you not the one involved. You not being bothered. It don't have nothing to do with you. That's them. As long as whatever they do, you don't come and bring it to me, that means don't nobody bring me. I don't want none of the news. None. Don't tell me nothing about him. Nothing. I had to have a conversation with a lot of people before too. If we are going to continue to be anything, this was my conversation. If we going to continue to be anything, you will never mention anything to me about that person. Ever. Never had no issues after that. I don't want to hear it. When I tell you don't want to hear it, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear nothing they got to say. Not even if I came up in a reference in a conversation. Because that means then you joining in and that's not your part. I quit that job. Matter of fact, I quit that job. I don't want to hear nothing about no job I quit. I don't even want to hear nothing about the job that laid me off. How you get fired on your day off. Yeah, I don't even want to hear about that either. Oh, right. Yes. Never. There should be no reason why that person should ever be associated with anything you do. Nothing. Y'all could be friends, rock out, go to all of the family barbecues, picnics, and everything. At one time, one of my peoples was trying to rally my peoples and tell them, oh, yeah, you come on and we go. And my peoples was like, let me check with her first. That was where their loyalty was. Let me check with her first. And then they was coming to me like, yeah, no. But a lot of the times it wasn't even just to check with me. It was to hear the bull crap coming out your mouth so they could come back and go, would you believe the nerve of? Yeah. Yeah. Some people, I was saying, Kahuna or Grande. Some people. Ooh. And nerves. So nerves and kahunas, who was I talking to the other day? And I was saying something and they was like, oh, I think I came in at the right time. Yeah, because there's a lot of people. Nerve and balls. Just a lot. Mm-hmm. Who? Some people do stuff and then they turn around and be mad at you. What nerve? Get out of here. Skedaddle. What's wrong with you? And then go join up with somebody else that don't like you and they dead ass wrong. What? Be loud and wrong on your own. Since you all that. And look. People are so weird, right? Weirdos. But again, like I say, left. All the time you're gall and balls. That was it. That's it. Gall and balls. That's it. That was it. Yeah. Look. Yeah. Gall and balls. Let me create my own opinion based on my... That's what I used to tell people a lot of times too. Especially when you in a workplace. In a workplace, it be crazy. So I always say, they might have did you dirty, but let me see how they do me. And if they do me like that, then yeah. Yeah, so I agree with that. I wholeheartedly agree. Even on, again, if you live in a neighborhood or live on a block for a long time, there's always block wars, people wars, neighborhood wars. It's always something. And then, excuse me, you say, well, that person was never that bad. Or you understand what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to judge you by your experience that you had with somebody else unless I was there and I saw what happened. Right? And if it didn't look right, you understand? Even if you don't know all of the circumstances, if it don't look right, you still gonna judge. You still gonna judge. Later on, once you find out the situation, then you'll be able to decipher whether it was a rightful situation or whether it was, crazy. But we can't and don't involve ourselves in other people's entanglements. Ooh. Yeah. I understand loyalty. Trust me, I understand loyalty. But don't be a fool. Because remember, they do say you can be loyal to a fault. And again, so somebody don't like you because of your association. Now, their job is, I'm a nurse at the hospital. And now your ass come in there and you need help. Yeah? And I'm not saying that people will do it, but you don't know. You don't know. You can't. Like I say, you treat everybody the same until they show you and treat you different. The enemy of my enemy is not my friend. Because I don't know what y'all situation is. That don't have shit to do with me. It goes back to, if it don't have nothing to do with you and the circumstances. Like I say, circumstances mean a lot. Good morning, sis. Circumstances mean a lot. I'm just going to not like you to not like you. Like I say, I understand the association thing and that loyalty. I get it. But like I say, if I ever saw you in a messy situation and you look at me, wouldn't you want me to help you? Or would you rather wait for that friend that don't like me to come? That's a slippery slope. Again, is a thin line. It's very thin. Very thin. Shout out to that family. Shout out to Zoe. Inge. Yeah. So, like I say, ladies and gentlemen, people, when it comes to other people's foolishness, let's not involve ourselves. Let's not. Again, if you drawing in, because some people put pictures. Remember, I told you some people paint pictures and throw you in there. Now, just make sure that my colors are right. And like I told y'all, and if it goes to the point where I'm going to be extra, just make sure that my hugging jacket is pretty. Yeah. But as far as that the enemy, your enemy is your friend, it's not. Because again, we don't know the circumstances. We can't, you're not going to be able to dig in and deep dive into every situation, so you're not going to know. And everybody's not going to tell you everything. You're not going to be privy to everything, ladies and gentlemen. You're not. Everybody's not going to tell, they're going to tell you the parts they want you to know that's going to make them not look so bad. Meanwhile, they left out the part that, yeah, I slept with a husband, so what? Yeah, I screwed his girl, so what? They left that part out. They left that part out, but they didn't say the part that, yeah. You see what I'm saying? It's the omissions of things that get them quarters. I don't, like I say, I play myself enough. I don't need nobody helping play me. Nobody. Don't get involved in other people's things unless you know what it is. Like I say, if you there from jump, and people used to say jump, rip. If you there from then, that's different. Oh, and I did tell y'all they sent the meaning of a can of paint. Don't know you from a can of paint. The people had to paint the can, nothing on it. How do they know what's in it, right? Yeah, so... Real Housewives. Right. Everything. The people be crazy. I'm not getting into your beef. I love you, but I'm not getting into your beef. I'm not going to have nobody doing nothing to you. Ever. Ever. Don't care who you are. If we cool, we friends, and we outside. I'll never have nobody. No, you're not going to do that. And again, we travel with the 9-1s. Yeah. Yeah. Most of my friends, I told you, they got it already programmed. Yeah, they too old. They keep nails. They pretty. Who want to be fighting and stuff like that? Just call the police. Call the cops. Yeah, call the police. I'm not. Come on. And we grown. I'm not. You hooligans, you continue with that behavior. Who's doing that? And most of us is grown. And even for the younger ones, like, don't do that. They real ill with that loyalty stuff. And then them same people that you defending talking about you behind your back and you don't know because your mammy and your pappy done already told you those ain't your friends. Somebody already told you those not your friends. Yeah. So we need to get that together. Yeah. So again, ladies and gentlemen, like I say, today, I don't look good in jumpsuits. I'm short. Girl, you could make them into some palazzos. You got little legs. You could make them into palazzo. Cut off the bottom. You be the fashion plate in there. You like to sew. I do hair. You sew. And Trina make all the herbs and get the hairs together. There you go, Dawn. Stay out of anything that's not your business. Because when they start dragging you in, like I say, one of the things that I was trying to say this the other day, I stopped getting involved in people's stuff because it's always song said. Oh, song said. Song said. It's never what you said. It's never what came before that. It's always song said. And that's the part that kills me. That's the part that kills me. So that's why I stopped. I try not to get involved. I have somebody that's not speaking to me now. I have absolutely no clue why. And then when I say something to the person, it's always, nah. So why would I mean, and it wasn't that you're not speaking. I guess you've been a little distant. And then when you get me, okay. Because I believe somebody might have been in your ear, but about what? But it's all good. I'm like I say, I'm not gonna lose sleep, as you can tell. Yeah, I'm not gonna lose sleep. Killer. It's a little disheartening, but what you gonna do? Like I said, if somebody not speaking to you, somebody don't like you, your life has to go on. You can't look. So, again, ladies and gentlemen, the topic of today, is the enemy of your enemy your friend? No, that's foolishness. Again, look at the countries. Look at the countries. Just because they peoples don't mean they gonna be peoples. Absolutely not. They say he said, she said, they say something to someone else. Yes, that's like that game of telephone. That's one of the wildest games ever. And nobody getting it right. Tell everyone. I don't sleep now, so he's so stupid. She said, girl, the only person being here with me is insomnia. Okay? Yeah, that's crazy. People something else. Like I said, I'm not, your feelings get hurt, but then after a while you get over it. Like I said, people have done so many things to me. I told y'all, some people have done so many things to me in my lifetime that I done told y'all about that anniversary from last week. And still, right? So, or the week before. Was it last week? Nope, last Sunday, the 16th. Yeah. Yeah. So, again, people have done some wicked things to me, right? And act like I'm the bad guy. I just be there. I'm just there. I'm just there. And I get the brunt of being there. But it's okay because like I say, I got me, he got me, and a lot of y'all got me too. So, yeah. Just like I got y'all. Like I say, sometimes you got to pop out and show them. But again, I wouldn't. It's not with me. I'm not one of those. Again, violence. I'm never one of those. I show you in different ways. Again, I'm not a political person, but I'm very to the point when it comes to getting my point across in ways that you wouldn't believe. And like I say, my parents paid for a good education for me for years, so I don't have to use profanity. I don't have to put my hands on people, and a lot of people that don't have any other way to express themselves because that's what you about, then of course the first thing that you would want to do is fight. Yeah. 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 So yeah, that's why I say the enemy of your enemy, it might not always be your friend, and we have to think about that too. Just because this person over here don't like you, and who cares? If they don't like you, who cares? My grandmother used to say that all the time. All right, again, who cares? They don't like you. They talk about you. They talked about Jesus. Right? So again, I don't have anyone to put money on my books. My parents ain't do. They sure ain't. That's one thing I can say. They sure won't. They be like, oh yeah, that's what we doing? Oh yeah? Okay. Yeah. But like I say, ladies and gentlemen, always make sure that you're looking out for number one. LONO. That's it. And looking out for number one, make sure that nobody's dragging you into their foolishness. Because again, that's a drag. Drag. And we don't need that. That fool said one less gift I have to buy. I can't. So again, like I say, circumstances be where you don't know why people aren't friends, and you just jumping on there like, yeah, I don't like her. Yeah, I can't stand him. And you don't even know what you just did. That's almost like signing a deal. You ain't read nothing. You just signing your name. Someone told me something that I knew nothing about. Then that person was talking to someone involved with the situation. And when that person asked the first person, where'd they hear it? Of course you was to blame because I was talking to you about it. Of course you were. Of course you were. Yes. I'm not going to say what I talked about, but I'm going to say something you said. So now you the enemy. This is what people are doing. Now, you the enemy, and that person going to try to now rally everybody else, that your friend, to be their friends. That's crazy. To make you lose your credibility. To make you lose your elasticity with people. I don't have... That's fine. As my people, as my friend, as my whomever, as my person, somebody said to me, nobody could ever come back to you and tell you shit about me. Nobody should ever be able, as my people. And if we got beef, if there's something that you want to talk to me about, somebody say something to you, come to me and talk to me about it. Let me clarify or verify what was being said. Right? So, like I said, ladies and gentlemen, be careful. Like I said, that's a trap too. The tangle web we weave. A trap. Right? So, happy Friday. Friday. Yeah, it is it. 8:05. 8:05. I want y'all to enjoy the rest of the day. Like I said, happy, healthy, safe Friday. Morning, Jackie. Yes. Happy, healthy, and safe Friday. Again, like I tell y'all, just remember, sometimes when they try to reel you in, that's like the fishermen. They try to reel the fish in, and the fish is still doing all of it because they're not ready. And that's not your business. He's like, no, I'm not I'm not a landlubber. I'm supposed to be down here in the waters. No spending money. No spending money. I'm not gonna, yeah. I'm working. Like I said, my room is going to keep me occupied. Like, this is going to keep, I even took my closet apart. Like, when I tell you, although I work weekends and my new schedule starts. So, yeah. Enjoy the rest of your Friday. I will see you guys tomorrow morning, 8:05, 8:10, so we can mull over our week. Like I said, I thank you so much, sun rays, from the bottom of my heart. You don't even understand. Like I said, I love the man hands because it makes that heart symbol so beautifully. Even when it ain't right, it's right. Oh, how about you could try to bend the fingers a little bit, right? Okay, but anyway, thank you guys for listening to my morning banter. Like I said, as usual, it's always been a pleasure. Happy, healthy, safe Friday. If you guys have any ideas, anything that you want to talk about, anything that you want to discuss, 347-953-LAFF. You could drop a text there. Like I said, and it could be talking about anything that you want to talk about. Like I say, during the daytime is usually my E for everybody, and at nighttime it's our, after the sunset, but that's twice a month in the evenings. But as far as the daytime, every morning, 7:05 to 7:05 to 7:10, Monday through Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 8:05 to 8:10 is usually when we begin. So, like I said, I love you guys, and I appreciate you all, and thank you. And I'll see you tomorrow morning, and we can talk about something else. Oh, wait. I'm supposed to be going roller skating tonight, y'all. I might come back on here just, my youngest one was like, would it be okay if I just walked around? Ain't nobody paying no money for nobody to go to no roller skating rink to be walking around. I'm not. Why would you pay to walk in some place to walk around? Hopefully tomorrow, look, hopefully tomorrow I won't be all slink. I better stop. I better not do that. Thank you. Yay. Yeah, it's just doing my homework and my research, making sure I got everything together. But again, thank you guys. Like I said, love you. Enjoy the rest of your day, and like I said, don't get dragged. Don't get dragged, because that's what they do. All right? Love you guys. Talk to you later. Bye.